So on today's episode, I have the absolute pleasure of having my very, very good friend, George Middleton, which is worldwide known in Bahrain.
World famous only in Bahrain.
World famous in Bahrain. But anyway, he is the chief editor of the Bahrain This Month, Women This Month, and also the president of Red House Marketing, if I am having that correctly. A person that I have a nice and close relationship already for a number of years, but the reason why I wanted to do an interview with him today was because he is seeing actually the big change coming from the printed media into the internet, and I think he will have some very interesting insights. So, George, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ernesto. Thank you.
So, great. Possibly you can give us a little bit of an idea of what you're seeing, because of course you have a printed publication. What is what you're seeing in actually of shifts into the internet, because I think that will be an interesting topic to talk about.
I suppose the most dynamic change in our industry is the fact that digital presence is an essential aspect of what we're trying to do. Obviously we've been very successful over the last 17 years in print publishing in Bahrain. Now the trend has got to be online. It's the future, and there's no way of avoiding the fact that you have to establish a viable presence and obviously reach a local market, but with an international potential for that as well.
Yeah. What is your experience? How many, from what you see in the Middle East, how many people are actually already going that way? Because I still see a lot of people doing a lot of their marketing offline.
Yeah.
What is the trend in your eyes?
I suppose the trend, like I think, the Middle East region is a little behind the rest of the world. Putting it another way, it's a good opportunity for us to catch up. The most important aspect is that there's a new tidal wave of digital opportunity, and you have to adapt it to your existing business. As you mentioned, again, content is king in whatever you do. There's no reason for people to read what you're doing or to come back to your web presence page unless you make it dynamic and effective. And the idea is to develop strategies that will enable you to become effective in a digital platform the same way that we as publishers have been successful on a print platform in the last 20 years.
Yeah. How has been in your experience, because obviously, we see a number of newspapers and all sorts of publications really struggling with that change. So what is your take on what's the next step for the guys which are in published media?
I think the next step is to be able to find out models of financial expansion. We know how to make money on a print publishing environment.
Yeah.
The question is, how do you actually monetize your opportunities online?
Yeah.
And that's the biggest challenge, I think, faced by all publishers, certainly internationally, but specifically in this region. Because eventually, I don't think print media will ever die. People will always like to have a physical copy of a magazine or a brochure information source, but it's something which has to be integrated with an online development aspect to their business. Otherwise, and they've got to be able to make money from that.
Exactly.
So whether that's an augmented reality and the technology you talked about today offer an opportunity in the future for us to be able to become more of a dynamic. If we're good at what we're doing, it's going to be a more effective way of being able to contribute to the to the growth of business for our potential clients, and also to give information and easy access to our readers.
Fantastic. George, it's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you.
And now it's time that we go to the next section of the show, which is going to be One App a Day Keeps Boredom Away.